Hey y'all, and good now, whenever and wherever this finds you. Well, you know, I've been talking about empire, and I've been talking about how once you start on something, the universe shows up to support you. Well, guess what? I have a great one for today. It's Chris Hedges, and he's talking straight up about empire and the decline, and I can't wait to share this with you. Before I start the video, I want to speak a little bit about what this means, because instead of being caught up in the back and forth of Democrats and Republicans and representative government that's not working, we need to take a look at how are we going to survive as a people when we have the collapse of the empire, because as you'll see in this upcoming video, that it's going to happen and all empires fall. And I think that we have a chance now to see it coming and make some decisions and make some choices so that it's not so painful. So knowing that, let's take a look at this video. It's kind of scary, but hang in there.
The American empire is coming to an end. The U.S. economy is being drained by wars in the Middle East and vast military expansion across the globe. It is burdened by growing deficits, along with the devastating effects of deindustrialization and global trade agreements. Our democracy has been captured and destroyed by corporations that steadily demand more tax cuts, more deregulation, and impunity from prosecution for massive acts of financial fraud, all the while looting trillions from the U.S. Treasury in the form of bailouts. The nation has lost the power and respect needed to induce allies in Europe, Latin America, Asia, and Africa to do its bidding. Add to this the mounting destruction caused by climate change, and you have a recipe for an emerging dystopia. Overseeing this descent at the highest levels of the federal and state governments is a motley collection of imbeciles, con artists, thieves, opportunists, and warmongering generals. And yes, I am also speaking about the Democratic Party. The empire will limp along, steadily losing influence until the dollar is dropped as the world's reserve currency, plunging the United States into a crippling depression and instantly forcing a massive contraction of our military machine. Short of a sudden and widespread popular revolt, which does not seem likely, the death spiral appears unstoppable, meaning the United States as we know it will no longer exist within a decade, or at most two. The global vacuum we leave behind will be filled by China, already establishing itself as an economic and military juggernaut. Or perhaps there will be a multipolar world carved up among Russia, China, India, Brazil, Turkey, South Africa, and a few other states. Or maybe the void will be filled, as the historian Alfred McCoy writes, by a collection of transnational corporations, multilateral military forces like NATO, and an international financial leadership self-selected at Davos and Bilderberg that will forge a supranational nexus to supersede any nation or empire.
Well, I warned you, and I told you it would be scary, and if we don't do something, it's going to be worse than scary. It's going to be out and out disastrous. So I say that where he says we're highly unlikely to have a organized revolt, I think that we can have some form of revolt that's not violent. We can have a nonviolent revolution, and I know just the guy to lead that. The Gandhi guy. We'll get him to do it. All right. And so let's build up the American Union and work on reforming the system to get it in shape so that when the collapse comes, we're not going to be left out in the cold. All right. So I hope you're excited as I am, and I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you down the road.